Hello, this is John Weistrom with the Nightingale Kona Corporation. Today we're in the studio with Robert Kiyosaki, best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and today we'll be discussing the business of network marketing. And although Robert won't be speaking on behalf of any one particular network marketing organization, he will be discussing the 8 values of the network marketing business and why a person should or should not join a network marketing organization. He'll also give us the reasons why, as a rich person, he recommends people get into the business of network marketing. Hi, Robert. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be with you.
Robert, I'd like to jump right in and ask you, you have these 8 values of the network marketing business. What is value number 1?
Well, I think value number 1 is probably the most important reason, I work with Nightingale Conant, as well as so many network marketing organizations. And correctly, as you say, I do not speak at this time for any one organization, but I speak for the industry as a whole. So I'm not trying to pump one company or the other company. Okay. I want to be as neutral as possible. But to me, value number 1 is life-changing business education. And I think that is one of the hidden values, other than the possibility of making a lot of money for joining a network marketing business. It is the life-changing business education. I mean, how many of you out there are looking to make some big changes in your life? How many of you out there may be tired of working in a dead-end job, or going paycheck to paycheck, or playing it too safe, or being more or less corralled by your peers telling you, don't make any mistakes, don't make any changes? So really, I support the network marketing industry because it supports individuals who are ready to make changes in their life, rather than just going from paycheck to paycheck or job to job. But before I go on, I'd like to give you a little my history and my background and how I came to work with Nightingale Conant.
Sure.
Back in 1974, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I had to make a decision whether or not to follow my poor dad's advice. And my poor dad was a very intelligent man. He's head of education for the state of Hawaii. A good, hardworking man. But I call him my poor dad simply because no matter how much money he made, he was broke at the end of every month. And he kept saying to me the same advice many of us have heard: go to school, get good grades, get a good job, work hard, save money, buy a big house. And when I came back from Vietnam, my poor dad at that time, although he was very successful, went to University of Chicago, Stanford, Northwestern, he was out of a job. And the reason he was out of a job was because he was more or less downsized. And the reason he was downsized was because, being a very honest man, he made the tragic mistake of running for lieutenant governor against the governor of the state of Hawaii. And as most of us know, the rules of government don't necessarily play always above board, above the table. Mm-hmm. And because he ran against his boss, the governor, he was then told he would never get a job in state government again. So here's a man, 50-something years old, dedicated public servant, a government employee, and he followed the rules of go to school, get good grades, and he did have great grades, work hard, study hard, and find a safe, secure job. But it didn't work for him. And even though it didn't work for him, he kept telling me to do the same thing. Go to school, get good grades, get a safe, secure job, save money, and play it safe. So here he is without work. He was forced to sort of liquidate his retirement account because he needed money to survive on. He bought one of those franchises that you can't lose, and a very famous ice cream franchise, and he lost. And he lost nearly all of his retirement money. He took it out early. So here he is, and he's 50 years old. I'm just back from Vietnam. I was a Marine helicopter pilot. And he's telling me the same old stuff, even though it stopped working. Go to school, get good grades, work hard, save money. So the reason I support Nightingale Conant network marketing, as well as your ongoing education for those who are willing to make the changes, is because we no longer live in the industrial age. Because my dad had industrial age thinking, which is go to school, get good grades, work hard, job security, a company will take care of you. Well, we all know that's not true today. Companies are not going to take care of you. They'll downsize you even if you have 14, 15 years with a company. So the rules have changed. We're in the information age, and we need more information. I think the fortunate thing for me was that when I came back from Vietnam, I realized I need more education. I mean, I had a Bachelor of Science degree, but it wasn't worth anything. I couldn't even get a job that I wanted. The economy was bad. And my old man kept saying, go to school, get a job. I said, this is ridiculous. I stopped working for you. Why are you telling me to do that? And at that point, I decided I'd better listen to my rich dad. And my rich dad said, build businesses. So here I'm a college graduate. My degree is worth less. And I need new information. So I went to one of these big rallies in Honolulu, Hawaii, at the Honolulu International Center. And it was the first time I ever saw one of these huge, people call them motivational talks, but they're more than motivational. They're educational as well as philosophical, as well as motivational. I remember seeing W. Clement Stone, and I went, wow, these guys stand up there, and these are captains of industries. They're not school teachers like I've been used to. They're not like my boss as a sales manager. These guys are leaders of their industry. And W. Clement Stone formed Combined Insurance. That day I sat there, I think I paid $60 for the ticket. I was a junior sales rep at that time for the Xerox Corporation, looking for new education, new information for a new direction in my life. And W. Clement Stone just, man, he blew me away. Here's this old man telling me things that my rich dad said, but my poor dad didn't. You know, about the importance of being independent, being brave, going against the grain sometimes, taking risks, building a company, being rich. And I said, you know, nobody ever tells me that stuff. So the reason I support Nightingale Conant is because Nightingale Conant has an inventory of some of the greatest masters on planet Earth for those of you who are willing to break away from the path, to take a separate path, you know, to follow your own drummer. So you have people like Dale Carnegie. You know, what a great, great man. You know, Dale Carnegie has a leadership course, a whole tape set on that. And I bought that set. This is fabulous. But the one that really changed my mind was the one by Earl Nightingale called Lead the Field. Here I am, a junior sales rep, driving around town for the Xerox Corporation, listening to Earl Nightingale teaching me to be a leader. And I'm going, this is great stuff. So the reason I support network marketing businesses, most of them, not all of them, because there's good ones and bad ones, and Nightingale Conant is because they're basically educational companies. They're business educational companies for those individuals who want to go off and do it on their own, to be the rugged individual and learn to do things differently than what our school system teaches. Because after all, we are no longer in the industrial age. Job security is obsolete. You know, 401ks are risky. Stock markets go up and stock markets go down. So it really is important that both network marketing companies, some of them, and Nightingale Conant has some of the great leaders, some of the great mentors, some of the new forward thinkers that people need for business education. So in a long way, the number one value, the reason I support, is because so many network marketing companies provide the business education for the future. It's the business education for those who want to change where they come from and where they're going to.
So that's primarily why a person should get into a network marketing organization. It's not for the products. The money would be nice, but it's primarily for the education and the experience that a person gains.
Yes, and one more thing. Obviously, they want to make a change in their lives.
You want to make a change.
You know, maybe they're stuck of doing the same old job or tired of going from job to job. And, you know, they say, look, I might need new friends. I need new ideas, new people to talk to. Some of the network marketing companies I've seen, their educational programs are spectacular. The mistake I think many people make is they look at the product. Oh, it's vitamins, or it's healthcare products, or weight loss products, or telephone services. And the great thing about network marketing today, there's all kinds of products. There's real estate, you know, there's financial services. So there's great products. But the most important thing I'd ask a person to look for is go beyond the products. Look at the educational program. Look at the life-changing business education and the support they have to support you make those changes. What I say to most people, you don't change overnight from an employee to a business owner or a self-employed person to business owner. I'd allow yourself 5 years. You know, hang out with people that want to go with you, people that will support you, who have leaders at the top of you whose primarily job is to pull you up, not keep you down, stuck in your job. That's what you're looking for. It's the best education in the world.
Okay, well, let me ask you, Robert, exactly how do I find out if the company that I potentially may join has a strong leadership? How do I find out if they do have these educational programs? What should I be looking out for?
I think the number one thing is ask them, what is your educational program? How much support do you have? What kind of meetings do you have? You know, what kind of educational products do you have? If they're just trying to teach you to, you know, let's say I have a new flower fertilizer or something, and they want to teach you how to sell it. They're teaching you to be a salesperson, or what I call the S quadrant, self-employed or small business quadrant. They're not training you to be in the B quadrant, the business owner. As for those who read my second book, Cash Flow Quadrant, there's employees with the E quadrant, self-employed or small business, S quadrant, business owner, which is the B quadrant. That's where most network marketing companies are, and the I quadrant for investor. So the first thing you ask them is, you know, go to their meetings, keep an open mind, look at the leaders. Who are they? What do they stress? Is it to sell product or to develop yourself as a better person? Are they more interested in you selling for them or developing you? Those are some of the gut, you know, kind of instinctive things you have. Another thing I say is look to the leaders first, because many times in network marketing businesses, they have a lot of people who are just starting